Hello guys, in this video we shall learn about the putpixel function, which is a bit interesting. And with that, let's get started. As usual, created a new file and named it as putpixel.c. Now let's understand the usage of the putpixel function. Now the putpixel what it does is that it plots a dot on the graphics window at the exact point it is supplied as parameters. Now let's discuss about the parameter list. The first two parameters are the point where the dot should be plotted in terms of x and y coordinates, and the third parameter is the color of the dot. Now let's supply the parameters. Let it be the center of the screen. So get max x by 2, get max y by 2, and the color be red. I may warn you that it is barely visible, the very small dot being plotted, so please be patient. Let's run it and look. It's a very small dot. I don't know that it is visible to you or not. It's barely visible, a very small dot at the center of the screen, colored red. Now let's discuss what is interesting and what can be done with the putpixel function. Now let's include it in a for loop. Let's declare a loop control variable. The value of I starts from I and ends at 1000. Now let's learn three new functions here: the clear device, the delay function, and the KB hit function. Now first of all, the KB hit function. Now I hope that you're already familiar with the logical operators, the logical AND, the logical OR, and the logical NOT. Now in case of the logical AND, it executes only if both the conditions are true. Now what I have done is that I have placed the KB hit function in the part of the condition of the loop. Now the ampersand operator makes sure that the logical AND operator makes sure that the loop will run only if both conditions are turned to be true. Now what is the use of KB hit function? It makes sure that whether the user hits any key on the keyboard just as same as the get ch function, but the usage is a little bit different. As I have given a not symbol, a logical not symbol, with a logical not symbol with the KB hit function, it signifies that make sure the hey for loop run as long as the user doesn't press any key on the keyboard. So which means that we can abort the for loop any time as per our need. So we can abort the for loop by pressing any key on the keyboard. Now why I have provided this function here? Since the value of I goes from 1 to 1000, it may be sometimes time consuming, and we may want to abort the for loop, and we may doesn't have to wait as long as the loop completes. And the KB hit function makes sure that when the user presses any key on the keyboard, it just aborts the for loop. I hope that makes sense. It's very simple, isn't it? Now let's understand the clear device function as well as the delay function. Clear device function, okay, clear device, and the delay function as well. So the delay function, as the name suggests, pauses the loop iteration for the value supplied to it as parameters. It takes the value in terms of milliseconds. Now 1000 milliseconds is 1 second. Now since we need to make it a bit fast, we can supply the parameter maybe 30 milliseconds. It is blazingly fast. Now the clear device function clears the screen in each iteration. So what it does is that it plots a point. It plots a point at the point get max x by 2 and get max y by 2, then clears it, and it again plots that point at the same point. Now it doesn't make sense, isn't it? So let's use the function random. So let me correct myself. We are learning almost 5 new functions, including the putpixel function, in this single video. So about the random, and we can also change the color of the this point 2, random of 15 plus 1. As you might remember, the maximum value of the color is 15, ranging from 0 to 15. And now let's talk about the random function. Now, as the name suggests, the random function generates a random value between between 0 and what is given to it in the form of parameter. Now, in this very first case, the random function generates a value between 0 and get max x by 2. And this is same as for the second parameter. And for the color, it generates a random value between 0 to 15 and just adds 1 for the sake of fun, simply. Now let's have a look at it. I think everything works fine. Oh, also make sure that you need to include a new header file as well. So we are learning a new header file as well. So we are learning almost 6 things in a single video. The name of the header file is stdlib.h, which stands for standard library, and it is very important to include the header file. The definition of the random function lies inside the standard stdlib header file, and if you forgot to include the header file, the compiler throws an error, and that's what happened just now. Now let's compile it. Success. Let's run it. Now, as you can see, the points are being plotted, and in each iteration the screen has been cleared, and that is why the points are not staying there, and it is being cleared. And you can use this functionality to bring a rain type of thing, something like that, like rain droplets falling down, and you can use your imagination to bring about that idea. In fact, I have done it. Now let's remove the clear device so that the point stays there and are not cleared. And now we can see the points as at a certain sector of the screen. Now since we have removed the clear device, the point stays there, and all the points are floating at these random locations. And now the reason why this is only occupying a certain sector of the screen is that we have only given the value as the get max x y, get max by 2, and the get max y by 2 as the points. And so the range of the random function goes from that 0 to that get max x by 2 as well as get max y by 2. Now let's make the points to fill in the entire screen, and for that to happen, just remove this division by 2, and now we'll get the required output. Now the points will be plotted in the fit in the entire screen, as you can see. We can abort the for loop as anytime we want by pressing any key on the keyboard, just like this. Okay, now the loop has been aborted before reaching the value of I reaches 1000. And what happened is that we pressed the keyboard, we pressed the enter key on the keyboard, and this function evaluated to false, and the loop runs no more, and the loop exits, and that's what just happened. And now let's okay, as you can see, we can perform such a kind of a magic with this putpixel function. And this is what that I mentioned, that we are going to study a little bit interesting things in this video, and I hope that it makes sense. So as I mentioned earlier, you can bring about that rain kind of effect with the putpixel function. So that's it for this video, and as usual,